Hello everyone, Ryan Embry here with The Sweet Spot. We are live here at the Independent Hotel Show. Lukus, this is your first time at the Independent Hotel Show, but you're a huge part of it. What do you think of the show so far? And we were talking off camera about how there really is just a need for this type of event for independent hoteliers.
Yeah, it's as an independent hotel, we don't have a lot of corporate infrastructure. We don't have a lot of support. With those big companies, you've got someone working on innovation. You've got people working on efficiencies. We don't have that. So getting a chance to get a group of people, get introduced to some great vendors, and meet some other great hoteliers, it's helpful for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm sure very helpful on some certain projects that you're working on.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that here in a second, but give our Sweet Spot audience, one of the things we're hearing a lot about there is stories in hospitality, right? A lot of people end up falling in love with our industry. Maybe they might not go to school for hospitality, but they end up here. Where was your journey and how'd you end up here in the project that we're going to talk about in a second?
So I got into this industry because I graduated with a business degree and I became an actor. Okay. When you're an actor, you need a supporting job. My supporting job was, a food runner, eventually bartending for 6 years. And then got into management and eventually hotels. And hotels are this amazing thing where, especially as an actor, I loved acting because it was a psychology of why people do what they do.
Sure.
In our industry, to be able to connect with someone and really understand who they are, you got to understand the psychology of what makes people tick.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been a big driver, and that's guest experience. When I'm looking at it like an ultra luxury experience, it's about controlling the subconscious of someone and controlling it in a way where it keeps them in a positive mindset.
Yeah.
And you can do that through processes and all the little touch points of scent and sound and things like that. So it's still a part of me. But
yeah, no, very, very cool. And I'm sure a very exciting experience to be able to build something from the ground up, like what's happening with the Cooper, first waterfront hotel in Charleston, South Carolina. Talk about a little bit about the project and what makes it special and unique.
Yeah, so I've been on the project for a year now. Kind of like what we were talking about. It's about every little detail. When you look at ultra luxury, and we're the first luxury waterfront property in Charleston, we've got to look at every single detail of, from the guest point of view and making sure that there's value in everything that we're doing. So, for me, it's been working on all the different concepts. We've got 4 restaurants. One of them is this super cool kind of burger joint, which is a little taste of Americana, which our owner is a big fan of Americana and Rexall drugstores. We were able to tie some of that into a great burger joint that has a great diner counter and soft serve ice cream and some of the best burgers that people try in Charleston.
So very cool. And I was talking to you about we've had the privilege of talking to a couple hospitality leaders on new projects that they were building, Regent Santa Monica Beach, Solterra Turks and Caicos. But one of the things I love in these conversations is talking about the details that go into every single one of these decisions, from the paint color to the flooring. Talk us through maybe some of in the development phase, when you're deciding whether to do this piece of art here or this piece of art there, or add this amenity. How does that go through your mind?
So first off, there's lots of experts that are a part of this. And
right.
I think as you grow in this industry, if you're smart, you surround yourself with really smart people that know what they're doing. So it starts with a vision of what we want. With us, we're building a great spa, but what we want to do is we want to differentiate ourselves. We want to focus on a little bit of recovery. Our owner, he's big into tennis. He owns this tennis stadium up there. His daughter's a professional tennis player. Sports recovery, it's huge. So. In our fitness center, we said, okay, we want to do something a little bit different. I've got a friend who's was an athletic trainer for the Atlanta Hawks. So I talked to him of, hey, if I'm opening a fitness center, what do I need to have?
Yeah.
What's all the equipment? So he helped me kind of figure that out. And then we're like, okay, what's a little difference? We built this little recovery room. So as a part of the fitness center, we've got this little room with a Oakworks zero gravity bed. We've got a cryo lounger, and then we've got the compression sleeves that just any hotel guest can go in any time of the day and just use to warm up or cool down after. So you get to think through all these little
and that's the stuff that makes a guest experience, right? And they come in and they're actually wowed by the experience and makes it really, really unique. Let's talk about Charleston, the market. obviously sometimes we get to pick our projects where they're at location-wise. Feels like a slam dunk in Charleston. Really emerging, not emerging market, but really great market, high occupancy. Talk to us a little bit about Charleston market and why this project's just right where you want to be.
Yeah. So Charleston itself, like you said, I mean, post-pandemic, it never, occupancies never really came down. But it's also unique where they've got a lot of people from New York and Washington, D.C. and some major markets that have moved down there. So you've got a lot more money coming in.
Sure.
For the last 10 years, it's been voted #1 city in America. It's also a city that doesn't have any really true luxury hotels. There's no 5-star hotels. So for us, opening a 5-star luxury hotel, you've got the people coming in, so the demand's there. We're just building what they need. And then BHC, one of the reasons I joined BHC is for me to grow in my industry, generally I've got to move to a new city.
Right.
That's hard when you have a family. BHC with our owner Ben Navarro, he's building this hospitality group that's focused on Charleston. So we've got the Charleston Place, we've got my hotel, the Cooper, we've got Sorelli. We're building a park in the 2 blocks away from the Charleston Place, and all of this is focused here. And you don't see hospitality companies doing that.
Yeah.
So what we're building is this urban resort within Charleston, and it's within Charleston proper. So at my hotel, you'll be on the 4th floor. We've got this beautiful Ipe deck, infinity edge pool. You're looking out at the harbor, and within 5 minutes, you could be at some of the best dining in all of Charleston. You just can't experience that. But you could also just walk outside of the building and walk out to our marina and get on to one of our Hinkley's. And it's just it's just, this doesn't happen in many cities.
Well, unfortunately, we have to wait till 2025, right?
Yes.
But, we wish you all the best. You did a great job of selling it today. We'll definitely be looking out for you. Lukus, thank you so much for joining the Sweet Spot.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Good to be with you.
We'll talk to you next time on the Sweet Spot. Thanks, everyone.